So it's my huge honour to introduce the next patient who's going to give us their perspective, and one quite close to my heart in Scotland. So could you please welcome to the stage Benjamin Carey.
Good afternoon, the last slot. I enjoy the fact that I'm part of the international session because Scotland is a different country. We've got different rules, we've got different funding. It is a different medical system. I'm encouraged that liver transplants are going to be UK-wide, but most stuff is not. Most stuff is different. And there are some really real differences which I'll be talking about. Earlier, Kevin talked about hope. So I'm going to start by talking about hope. This is Hope Bear, which I got from the AMMF last year. So it can sit somewhere there. I've been to 4 cholangiocarcinoma conferences in the last 12 months. And sometimes people ask me why, when I seem to be on a fairly good trajectory, why do I spend so much time on cholangio forums, going to conferences and learning more? And there's 2 reasons. One reason is that I said when I spoke last year, I want to make the journey of those who come after me that much easier. I want to do anything I can. But the other thing is, everyone here knows how grim the statistics are. 95% of those of us who get a cholangiocarcinoma diagnosis will die from cholangiocarcinoma on current statistics. Those of us who have surgery, only 20% of us are going to not get a recurrence. I know that wherever I am, wherever anyone with cholangiocarcinoma is now, the chance of recurrence is very, very high. So it's selfish. I want to know about all the latest science. I want to know what's coming, what's on the horizon. Because if I don't, I will be reducing my chances and everyone else's chances of surviving. But I am on a good trajectory. I've been traveling since June last year again. I'm going to very, very quickly tell you my journey, and then I'm going to tell you what AMMF has been doing in Scotland. So 2022, type 2 diabetes, I had fatty liver disease, or whatever it's now called. I started getting cramps, and I got magnesium from the pharmacist, and my GP decided that actually I should get some LFTs. They were utterly deranged, and so I had lots of scans, an X-ray, everything came back fine. Eventually, things got so deranged that my GP sent me off to hospital, and I got a CT scan, and they found that I had a big lesion in the head of my pancreas, and I got a stent, and I was told I had pancreatic adenocarcinoma. It was borderline operable because it was touching the portal vein. I was told not looking very good, but we'll try. We'll do some neoadjuvant chemo, and maybe it will work. A few months later, yes, FOLFIRINOX had done spectacularly well. It reduced the tumour by half. I had Whipples, I had a bovine patch, I had clear margins, clear nodes. My surgeon rang me just after the MDT meeting and was really excited to say clear margins, clear nodes, and also he came on and said, and you've got this other thing, you don't have pancreatic. I'm not sure it's the bonus they made out. Looking at the numbers, pancreatic adenocarcinoma, 7% survival at 5 years. 5% for cholangiocarcinoma. It's not the win some people thought it was. But today I've got a bit of neuropathy, a bit of tinnitus, loads of anxiety. I've been told I have to basically give up alcohol, drink more coffee, but I'm back to work and I still can't do sit-ups. I'm on apixaban because of the bovine patch. I probably won't ever play rugby for Scotland, but it's okay. I'm on a very good trajectory. I discovered quite quickly that Scotland was different to the rest of the UK. There was a conference in Dunblane in September. I got my MSP to ask a question during a liver disease debate in Holyrood, the Parliament. I was involved. I spent a lovely day with lots of other patients, and it was really nice. Face of cholangiocarcinoma that you've heard a lot about. It was really nice. The FMQs for the First Minister questions in the Parliament fell on World Cholangiocarcinoma Day. So again, I got my MSP to ask a question during FMQs. So it's raising the profile of cholangiocarcinoma in Scotland. Another MSP did a parliamentary motion, which a number of us drafted. The Scottish HPB network decided that it might be useful to have a few patient reps, and I got nominated as CCA patient rep, so I'm now badgering them about a few things. You've got me today doing a Scottish update today, and then next month we've got the parliamentary reception, which we're hoping that lots and lots of MSPs are going to come, and there will be change in what the political priorities are, and there will be change for the patients that come afterwards. So we've got our own page on the AMMF website. Lovely people. Loads of media coverage. We got PA Scotland to do a wee article about me, which is then picked up by about 150 different websites and newspapers. We got the message out that there are differences in Scotland that need to be addressed. This is a very, very long, a motion is like an early day motion at Westminster. It doesn't change anything, but it's a benchmark. People can refer to it later about what the issues and problems are. These are really the main points from that motion. We've got wonderful staff working on cholangiocarcinoma in Scotland. We want more psychologists, dietitians. It's got a crap survival rate. There are these amazing new therapies coming in. It is really hopeful. I started by talking about hope, and we hope that nobody we know ever hears the word cholangiocarcinoma. We hope that we might be a candidate for surgery. We hope that the surgery might work. If we don't get surgery, we hope that we can access some of the amazing magical potions that are coming up. If we can't get them on the NHS, we hope that at least we can get access them through a trial. Hope, hope, hope. We know that there are disparities, which will be my final point. We look forward to the event next month. The main problem in Scotland is that the Scottish Medicines Consortium has approved lots of immunotherapies, lots of therapies. It's great. What they're not funding is the molecular testing. I was in Salt Lake City last month, and there were over 50 patients from at least a dozen countries. I think I was the only person there who hadn't had molecular testing, because it's not funded by the Scottish Government. The Scottish Government does the treatments, but not the testing to know that you'll benefit from the treatment. It's complete disconnect, it's complete madness. The UK is not a single country. We all have our different health systems, and this is a fundamental thing that needs to change. The First Minister has said in Parliament that, yes, we recognise it and we'll do something about it. We will be getting this message across next month at Holyrood. But it needs to happen. very quickly, BSG guidelines in Scotland, they're mostly being followed. I want to say one positive, one negative. Hepatobiliary cancer nurse specialists, some of them who've looked after me in this room, some I think are online. For me, they're probably the most important people. I put my life in their hands. Again, at the Salt Lake City conference, we were talking about cancer clinical nurse specialists. I think the UK is unique in having this system. And they really do manage, it's like conducting an orchestra. The musicians are the oncologists, surgeons, the dietitians. But it's the nurse specialists who curate everything. They advocate for you, and the MDTs, they are the most special and important people. And I put my life in their hands, perhaps more so than the oncologists and surgeons, who of course saved my life. Recommendation 41, we do not get molecular profiling in Scotland. I think that there's one thing where profile is available. It's a fundamental disconnect. It is, we're missing out. This has to change. Monitoring. So there's a very small group of people who managed to get surgery. I had clear margins. I had no nodes involved. I'm incredibly lucky. My scans have been okay. But the BSG guideline says that there should be a combination of clinical exam. There should be something, but there isn't a clear protocol. I know people who, 14 years after surgery, are still getting annual CT scan. I know people who are getting 2 MRIs, 2 CT scans a year. I know some people who are just relying on CA19-9 and CEA and blood tests year in, year out to see whether they need something, they need treatment. We need a gold standard for people post-treatment, certainly post-surgery, to know how to manage them. That is me having a lovely time with Rankin. It is an absolute pleasure to work with AMMF. Probably the best thing about having cholangiocarcinoma is you meet lots of amazing, positive, passionate people, and they really are. And advocating for better care for all others is magnificent, and please continue. Thank you.